All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, it has come to a point where the level of mismanagement and misappropriation of funds and the treasury in general should scare every right-thinking Nigerian. Except you have vowed to leave this country and never return. But if you live in Nigeria or plan to return to Nigeria at some point, what this government is doing right now should bother you. Just yesterday, Shettima announced that 90 billion naira had been released to subsidize costs for those embarking on Hajj to Mecca. 90 billion naira. In my last video, I reported the 37.2 billion naira that has been released to rebuild Court of Appeal Abuja Division. Meanwhile, nothing is wrong with the existing one. And this administration has boldly come out to say that they are going to fund these projects using loans, including borrowing from civil servants' pension savings. And while we are still trying to wrap our heads around that, they came out few hours ago to drop another bombshell. The National Assembly has given TINUBU the approval to take another loan of $500 million. And it becomes more ridiculous when you hear what they want to do with the loan. Before I show you that update and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this viral video. A viral video of the learning condition of pupils in APC-led Kwara State. See the video. You saw that. That was in the APC-led Kwara State. Just look at the condition, look at the despicable condition under which pupils are expected to learn in 2024. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Valencia says, "I only pity the children who their parents, country, and government has failed big time. If you find out, a lot of the teachers will be supporters of APC who canvassed for votes for this government to emerge, knowing fully well that APC leadership is nothing to write about." And Robin here says, "Oh yeah now, Hajj 90 billion, education 0 billion. I hereby put it to you that becoming an Alhaji and Alhaja is more important than your education." There is no doubt about that. That is what they have proved. If you released 90 billion naira to subsidize for people going to Hajj, you released it immediately. Then we are talking about 5 billion naira for student loan, and it has gone underwater. In case I haven't told you, they are no longer talking about the student loan. Today they'll say it will take off tomorrow. Tomorrow they'll say come back later. That is the mess that we are in. And this tweet by Omo Logo says, "This is enough reason for any politician to lose an election. Same school will be used as a collation center in the next election, and people will collect bribes and sell votes in the same dilapidated school on election day. Nigerian problems are man-made." Chai! And he's saying the whole truth. Omologo here is saying the truth. Many of those teachers there will still be the ones to assemble in that same dilapidated building to rig elections for the APC. And that is why I say sometimes I begin to think that maybe there is a curse operating in this country. Because how would a person not prioritize his own welfare? How much are you going to be paid? Highest, they give you 20, 30,000. Even if it's 100, 200, 500,000. Is it enough for you to destroy the sanity of your country? This is what people don't think about. A sane country, a sane Nigeria is to the benefit of all of us. Now, everybody is a target. You can be traveling now and you will be picked by bandits and kidnappers. Anyway, let's hope that the hardship under this government will force Nigerians to change. Now, let us look at the update on the fresh $500 million loan that this administration has been given approval to take. Look at how the papers reported it. Senate grants TINUBU's $500 million loan request to buy prepaid meters for electricity consumers. The Senate on Wednesday granted TINUBU's request to borrow $500 million for his administration's mass metering project to procure prepaid electricity meters for Nigerian households. The Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibrin, communicated the approval of the request, noting that the decision was based on the recommendation of the Committee on Local and Foreign Debt. Vice Chairman of the committee, Haruna Manu, said the terms of the loan contract were favorable in that the nation would not in any way suffer a setback and stunted economic growth because of the debt. The loan, according to Mr. Manu, ought to have been approved months earlier, if not for the sluggishness of the Bureau of Public Enterprise in appearing before the Senate to defend the project. The committee recommends that the Senate approve the ongoing negotiations of the external borrowing in the sum of $500 million for BPE, that the perforations of the loan from the funding agency be forwarded to the National Assembly before execution, Mr. Manu said on Wednesday. You heard that. Now, the first question here is, why must we take loans to do everything? So we no longer generate funds as a country, or what? The second question is, why is the federal government trying to buy prepaid meters? Isn't that for the private companies who we sold our NEPA to? What is the work of the discos? Did they not say they were going to meter all houses in Nigeria from the very beginning? Or are these guys the owners of the discos? They should come out and tell us. We have always suspected this, that they have a hand in it. Now we are beginning to see it. So now you will collect a loan in the name of all Nigerians to fund your own company. $500 million, another $500 million, just like that. Are these meters going to be given to Nigerians for free or sold to Nigerians? And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Olamilekan says, the money they used to buy cars for senators and House of Assembly members would have easily been enough to purchase these prepaid meters, not to talk of the money they wasted to book hotel in the US during their unnecessary trip. This administration has nothing to offer. And Esua James responded. He said the 15 billion naira Wike spent building house for the VP is enough for this purchase. Why borrow to pay interest? Oh, and Olagoke here says $500 million to buy prepaid meters. How much will it cost to set up a manufacturing company producing the meters? Awon Olosha. And Ada responded. She said, there are prepaid meter manufacturing companies in Nigeria already. I know Mojek, Innocent, and also one opened recently by Emeka Ofo. They will never patronize them. This is how you will know that they have ulterior motives. This is how you know that more than 80% of that money is not going into the venture they said it would go into. And Adewale here says, $500 million loan? Meter who? Is it not supposed to be freely provided by the discos? Government should have forced the discos to meter their customers and threatened them not to send estimated bills again. Failure which should be followed by sanctions. But they can't do it. They are the owners. That is what I'm saying. They own the discos. And Honorable Olani here says Buhari did this same scam, took huge loan to procure prepaid meter, and they are nowhere to be found. That is it. He said he's going to continue from where Buhari stopped, and that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, it's such a pity. By the time the APC is done with Nigeria, there will be nothing left for this country. As we speak, our foreign reserve is going down daily. That one is not even being reported by the mainstream media. Now, the Naira is not being defended, but foreign reserves still they go down. We don't know what's they happen. Naira is depreciating on a daily basis. I met a man from Benue yesterday, and his testimony about insecurity in Benue and Plateau State shows that more than half of the killings are not even being reported. Our inflation rate increased again according to the April report released yesterday, and that made it the 16th consecutive month of increase that was recorded. 16th consecutive month. Can you just imagine? And this is just the beginning, because we are dealing with a group of people who only know how to take and take and take from the masses. Not to mention that Fulanis have prevented farmers from farming. Southwest farmers came out 2 months ago and cried out that their farms had been taken away from them by these Fulani headsmen. They said the region is going to fall into famine because people have not been able to go to farms. They said they had released fertilizers to give to farmers. Federal government had bought fertilizers. The farmers said it is not about fertilizer. We don't even have our farms now to apply the fertilizers. Since then, nothing has been done. They went and signed a peace accord. The Fulani headsmen rubbished the peace accords and began attacking them again. And this is how it will continue under the APC. I'm not cursing Nigeria. It's not like I don't like my country. I am just saying the fact based on what is on ground. They kept on saying it will get better, it will get better. 8 years went under Buhari. 8 disastrous years. Add 8 years to your age. Would you like to see your country like this 8 years later? That is the question that every smart Nigerian should ask. And it will never change if APC remains at the helm of affairs. And that is why I keep telling Nigerians, we must come together, cast aside our differences, and kick these guys out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news where una go like. Why? Because now because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away.